God has removed my evil intellect and has enlightened my understanding. By the Guru's guidance is Nanak, the slave, has been saved. Gujri 5th Guru, the wealth of God's name is my adoration, the wealth of God's name is my penance, and the wealth of God's name is my food, which I relish. Even for a moment in my mind, I forget not the Lord God, whom I have obtained in the holy company. Mother, thy son has returned home with good earnings. I possess God's wealth while walking, God's wealth while sitting, and God's wealth while waking and sleeping. God's wealth is my bath, God's wealth is my enlightenment, and with God I fix my attention. The wealth of the God's name is my boat, and the Lord Master is the ship to ferry me across. Through the Lord's wealth I have forgotten my anxiety. The Lord's wealth has removed my doubt. From the wealth of the Lord's name I have obtained the 9 treasures, and God, the real substance, has come to my hand. Eat and spend this wealth, it does not exhaust. Here and hereafter it shall remain with you. Loading the treasure, the Guru has given it to Nanak, and his mind is imbued with God's love. Gujri 5th Guru, by contemplating whom all sins flee and the ancestors are saved. Ever meditate thou on that Lord God who has no end or limit. O son, there is thy mother's blessing. May thou forget not the Lord, even for a moment, and ever meditate on him, the Lord of the universe. May the true Guru be kind to thee, and may thou imbibe love for the holy saints' society. May the preservation of thy honor by the Lord be thy raiment, and singing of his praises thy daily food. Ever quaff the nectar of the God's name, may thou live long, and may the meditation of the God give thee endless delight. May the joy and playful players be thine, may thine desires be fulfilled, and may thou never be gripped by anxiety. Let this mind of thine become the humming bee, and God's feet be thy lotus flowers. Slave Nanak says, attach thy mind to them and happily bloom like the pied cuckoo that rejoices on finding the raindrop. Gujri 5th Guru, man has resolved to go to west, but he is led away to the east by the Lord. In an instant the Lord makes and unmakes, and he holds in his hand man's designs. Man's cleverness is of no avail. Whatever my Lord deems to be right, that thing alone happens. In his desire to acquire territory and amass wealth, man's breath escapes. He leaves all his armies, assistants, and servants, and getting up departs to the city of death. Deeming himself unique, man sticks to his mind's obstinacy and displays his own self as powerful. That which the blameless persons have condemned and discarded, he accepts again and again. He unto whom the Lord spontaneously becomes merciful, that man's nose is cut off. Nanak says, he who meets the perfect Guru is accepted whether he is a family man or an anchorite. Gujri 5th Guru, the persons who contemplate on the name treasure, their bonds are shattered. Lust, wrath, poisonous wealth, and egoism, they get rid of these maladies. He who joining the holy company sings God's praises, has his mind purified by Guru's grace, obtains the joy of all the joys. Whatever the Lord does, that he accepts as good. Such is the devotional service that he performs. To deem friends and enemies all the same is an index of the true yoga perfection for meeting God. The omnipresent Lord is filling all the places, so I do not go anywhere else. The Lord is in every heart and within all the places. I am immersed in his love and died with his love. When the world cherisher becomes kind and compassionate, then one arrives at the abode of the fearless Lord. In an instant his troubles and strifes are ended, and Nanak becomes spontaneously absorbed in the